A Nutone Model 9297T bathroom heater with metal parts requires ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, protection. Install a GFCI outlet or GFCI breaker in the circuit that is serving the heater. If the Romex feed is 40 feet short of the panel, you will need to extend the wiring to reach the panel. Use the same gauge and the same type of Romex as the existing wiring. Firstly, mount the heater by following the manufacturer's instructions for ceiling mounting in the bathroom. Secondly, connect the wiring from the heater to the Romex feed. Connect the black wire to the black wire, the white wire to the white wire, and the copper ground wire to the green or bare ground wire. Thirdly, secure the wiring with wire nuts, electrical tape, and cable clamps to secure the wiring connections and to protect them from damage. Fourthly, run the home run by extending the Romex feed to the panel, using a fish tape or a wire fish to pull the wires through the walls or ceilings. Fifthly, connect to the panel by connecting the wires to the appropriate breaker in the panel. Before turning on the heater, ensure that it is properly grounded. It is recommended to use a licensed electrician to perform this work for safety reasons. Check local building codes for any specific requirements regarding bathroom heater installations. To elaborate on the GFCI protection, a ground fault circuit interrupter is a safety device designed to protect individuals from electrical shock. In bathrooms, where water is present, the risk of electrical shock is higher. Heaters, especially those with metal parts like the Nutone 9297T, can become energized if there is a fault in the wiring. A GFCI constantly monitors the current flowing in a circuit. If it detects any imbalance, even a very small one, it indicates that current is leaking somewhere, potentially through a person. The GFCI trips, interrupting the circuit and preventing a dangerous electrical shock. You can install a GFCI outlet, which is a receptacle with built-in GFCI protection, or GFCI breaker, which provides GFCI protection for the entire circuit at the electrical panel. Now let's break down the wiring in greater detail. When extending the Romex wiring, use the same gauge, which refers to the thickness of the wire, to ensure that it can handle the electrical load of the heater. A gauge is typically printed on the Romex sheathing. Using a smaller gauge wire can cause it to overheat and create a fire hazard. The type of Romex, such as non-metallic building wiring type B, is also important for safety and code compliance. When making wire connections, use appropriately sized wire nuts to securely join the wires together. Ensure that the wire nut is twisted tightly and that no bare wire is exposed. Wrap the wire nuts with electrical tape for added insulation and protection. Cable clamps are used to secure the Romex wiring to the junction boxes or the electrical panel. These clamps prevent the wires from being pulled or damaged, which could lead to loose connections or shorts. Running the home run, which is the wiring that connects the heater circuit back to the electrical panel, can be challenging, especially in existing homes. A fish tape or wire fish is a flexible tool that can be used to snake the wires through walls and ceilings. Be careful not to damage any existing wiring or plumbing while running the wires. When connecting the wires to the breaker in the electrical panel, make sure that the breaker is switched off. Connect the black wire to the breaker terminal, the white wire to the neutral bar, and the ground wire to the ground bar. Ensure that all connections are tight and secure. Always consult the manufacturer's instructions for the specific model of heater you are installing, as the wiring and installation procedures may vary. Be aware of local building codes, which may have specific requirements for bathroom heater installations. These codes are in place to ensure safety and compliance with industry standards. Hiring a licensed electrician is always recommended, especially if you are not comfortable working with electricity. A qualified electrician has the knowledge and experience to safely and correctly install the heater, ensuring that it meets all code requirements. Remember to always turn off the power to the circuit before working on any electrical wiring. Use a non-contact voltage tester to verify that the power is off. Wear safety glasses and gloves to protect yourself from injury. Consider these additional points. Firstly, ensure adequate ventilation. Bathroom heaters can generate significant heat, and proper ventilation helps prevent overheating and moisture buildup. Check the heater's specifications and local codes for ventilation requirements. Secondly, use a dedicated circuit. It is generally recommended to have a dedicated circuit for the bathroom heater to prevent overloading other circuits. This is especially important for heaters with high wattage ratings. Thirdly, consider a timer or thermostat. Installing a timer or thermostat can help control the heater's operation and prevent it from running continuously, saving energy and extending its lifespan. Fourthly, inspect regularly. Periodically inspect the heater and wiring for any signs of damage such as frayed wires, loose connections, or corrosion. Address any issues promptly to prevent potential hazards. Grounding is a critical safety measure. Proper grounding ensures that if there is a fault in the electrical system, the current will flow safely to ground, tripping the breaker and preventing electrical shock. Make sure that all metal parts of the heater are properly grounded. Use a multimeter to verify the grounding connection. If you are unsure about any aspect of the installation, consult with a qualified electrician. Remember, working with electricity can be dangerous. Safety should always be your top priority. By following these steps and guidelines, you can safely and correctly install a Nutone 9297T bathroom heater. Always double-check your work and consult with a professional if you have any doubts. If you're planning to install a bathroom heater, choosing the right size is an important consideration. A heater that is too small may not adequately warm the space, while a heater that is too large can waste energy and create uncomfortable hot spots. To determine the appropriate size, consider the square footage of the bathroom, the ceiling height, and the level of insulation. Generally, a heater that provides 10 watts per square foot is sufficient for most bathrooms. However, if the bathroom is poorly insulated or has high ceilings, you may need a larger heater. Consider the heater's features, such as adjustable thermostats, timers, and remote controls. These features can enhance your comfort and convenience. Look for heaters that are energy efficient and have safety certifications from reputable organizations like Underwriters Laboratories, or Electrical Testing Laboratories, et al. In addition to safety, aesthetics play a role in choosing a bathroom heater. Consider the style and finish of the heater and how it will complement the overall design of your bathroom. Some heaters are designed to be recessed into the ceiling, while others are surface mounted. Choose a heater that fits your aesthetic preferences and installation requirements. Before starting the installation, gather all the necessary tools and materials. This includes a screwdriver, wire stripper, wire nuts, electrical tape, cable clamps, a drill, a fish tape, and a non-contact voltage tester. Having the right tools on hand will make the installation process smoother and more efficient. When working with electrical wiring, it's essential to follow all safety precautions. Always turn off the power to the circuit at the breaker box before working on any wires. Use a non-contact voltage tester to verify that the power is off. Wear safety glasses and gloves to protect yourself from electrical shock and injury. When connecting the wires, use the correct wire nuts and electrical tape to ensure secure and insulated connections. Loose or poorly insulated connections can create a fire hazard. Use cable clamps to secure the wires to the junction boxes and the electrical panel. This prevents the wires from being pulled or damaged. A properly installed and maintained bathroom heater can provide warmth and comfort during the colder months. By following these tips and guidelines, you can ensure that your bathroom heater is installed safely and correctly. When extending the wiring, ensure that you comply with the National Electrical Code, or NEC, requirements for wire, fill-in conduit and junction boxes. The NEC specifies the maximum number of wires that can be safely installed in a given size of conduit or junction box. Exceeding the wire fill limit can cause overheating and create a fire hazard. Consult NEC Table 314.16 for guidance on wire fill calculations. If the existing wiring is aluminum, use connectors and splicing methods that are specifically designed for aluminum wiring. Aluminum wiring requires special consideration because it expands and contracts more than copper wiring. This can lead to loose connections and overheating if not properly addressed. Use antioxidant paste on all aluminum connections to prevent corrosion. When running the wiring through walls or ceilings, avoid drilling through structural members, such as studs or joists. If you must drill through a structural member, ensure that you maintain the structural integrity by following local building codes and using appropriate reinforcement techniques. When connecting the heater to the electrical panel, ensure that the breaker is properly sized for the heater's wattage rating. The breaker should be sized to protect the wiring from overload. Consult NEC Table 240.4 for guidance on breaker sizing. After completing the installation, test the heater to ensure that it is working properly. Check the temperature output, the fan speed, and any other features of the heater. If you notice any problems, consult the manufacturer's instructions or contact a qualified electrician. Periodically inspect the heater and wiring for any signs of wear or damage. Replace any damaged components promptly. Clean the heater regularly to remove dust and debris. Dust and debris can accumulate on the heating element and reduce its efficiency. If you are not comfortable performing any of these tasks, contact a qualified electrician. Electricity can be dangerous. It's always better to be safe than sorry. By following these guidelines, you can ensure that your bathroom heater is installed safely and correctly, providing years of reliable service. Before commencing any electrical work, it is important to be familiar with the relevant electrical codes and regulations. The NEC provides comprehensive guidelines for safe electrical installations. Local building codes may also have additional requirements. Failure to comply with electrical codes can result in fines, penalties, and, more importantly, safety hazards. It is always advisable to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that your electrical work complies with all applicable codes and regulations. When selecting a bathroom heater, consider the noise level. Some heaters can be quite noisy, which can be disruptive, especially in a small bathroom. Look for heaters that are designed for quiet operation. Read reviews and compare noise levels before making a purchase. Consider installing a heater with a built-in fan. A fan helps to circulate the warmer air throughout the bathroom, providing more even heating. Some heaters have adjustable fan speeds, allowing you to customize the airflow. When installing the heater, ensure that it is properly positioned to provide optimal heating. Avoid placing the heater in areas where it can be easily blocked or obstructed. Placing the heater near a window or door can result in heat loss. Consider installing a radiant heater. Radiant heaters provide direct heat, warming objects and people in the room without heating the air. Radiant heaters are energy efficient and provide a comfortable, even heat. When connecting the wiring, use appropriately sized wire connectors. Wire connectors are used to join wires together and provide a secure, insulated connection. Use wire connectors that are rated for the size and type of wire you are using. When securing the wiring, use cable staples or cable ties to keep the wires neatly organized and prevent them from sagging or becoming damaged. Avoid over-tightening the cable staples, as this can damage the wires. When running the wiring through walls or ceilings, use a drill with a right angle adapter if necessary. A right angle adapter allows you to drill in tight spaces. Be careful not to damage any existing wiring or plumbing when drilling. When connecting the heater to the electrical panel, ensure that the panel is properly grounded. A properly grounded electrical panel is essential for safety. If you are unsure about the grounding of your electrical panel, contact a qualified electrician. After completing the installation, label the breaker in the electrical panel that controls the heater. Labeling the breaker makes it easy to identify and turn off the heater in the future. Periodically test the GFCI protection by pressing the test button on the GFCI outlet or breaker. If the GFCI protection is working properly, the circuit will trip. If the GFCI protection does not trip, contact a qualified electrician. If you are renovating your bathroom, consider upgrading the electrical wiring to accommodate the new heater. Upgrading the electrical wiring can improve safety and prevent overloading the circuit. If you are selling your home, disclose the installation of the bathroom heater to potential buyers. Disclosing the installation ensures transparency and can prevent future disputes. When using the heater, follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. Misusing the heater can damage the heater or create a safety hazard. Keep flammable materials away from the heater. Flammable materials can ignite if they come into contact with the heater's heating element. Supervise children when they are using the bathroom heater. Children may not understand the dangers of the heater. Do not use the heater if it is damaged or malfunctioning. A damaged or malfunctioning heater can create a safety hazard. Contact a qualified electrician to repair or replace the heater. By following these guidelines, you can ensure that your bathroom heater is installed safely and correctly, providing years of reliable service.